Welcome to the Dugout after a gap of 3-4 days.
2 days.
2 days, eh?
Yeah.
2 days.
It felt like 3-4 days, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, just a 2-day gap.
Okay, after 2 days.
Both days
Siddharth.
sir was off.
I think I'm making the return after a week.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, we were too caught up in Olympic fever and various other things, and frankly, there wasn't much happening in the world of cricket to discuss. But thanks a lot to everyone for tremendous feedback that we have got on the top 10 international or India moments in sports since independence. More than the love to our video, it is social media that has showered more love on that thing, and that's why a lot of people have liked it or disliked it. But because they haven't seen the video, so they probably do not know the reasoning why X has been left out, why Y was included. But for those of you who saw the video, you understand the confusion that we had in our heads or the deliberations that we went through to eventually zero in on the top 10 moments. And as you know, if you did see that video, that it was no easy task. It was a humongous task, in fact, to really come down to 10 moments. So there's no right or wrong answer, but we went with the majority as we always do. There were disagreements within ourselves. So keeping in that mood and the spirit of the best ever, we have decided to do the best ever ODI knocks today. It was a suggestion floated by our very own producer Shivam Giri, who was late to start the show but was quick to come up with a suggestion of the subject that we'll be discussing. So we gladly accept it because it did make for some interesting discussions. And imagine, it's the one day cricket has been there from the 70s. How many one days have happened in all? So that should know. We'll find out if the last ODI, whatever that was, that would be the number.
I don't have
1,000 plus easily.
Oh, easily over 4,000. If you may have.
4,000.
Yeah.
Easily.
Must be.
I was just watching some knock that was only 4,100 something numbered.
Yeah. Because you played a lot, na. See, it all ODI came up because of a rain cancelled game at the MCG. And Australia versus England in 1971 till your last ODI, which was played in India versus Sri Lanka at Colombo. It's been a long 53-year journey for the format. 53
years, so more than 4,000-5,000 whatever ODI matches, and to zero. Huh?
4,000. More than 4,000.
Yeah, that's what I said.
More
More
than.
So how many?
Exact
Number is not.
Wait, I'll
It's
just
written in the scorecard. See, India versus Sri Lanka last ODI.
Yeah, that I'll just have a look. India versus Sri Lanka.
ESPN.
Yeah, you work on the sports desk and you cannot figure out what you will have a. Do you know how to figure that out?
Yeah.
I know how to do this.
I was seeing this at the same place where that number is written. It was written 4-1 something for a specific game I was looking at.
Achha.
So
Anyway,
definitely more than that.
Bradman knows it all.
Bradman does know
That's
it all.
only where I actually was about to name it also. By
So that's in touch with Bradman right now.
Yeah, 4,754.
there you go. So almost 5,000.
Almost,
Hearing in
yeah.
on 5,000 ODIs. So you can imagine how many knocks would have happened, in those 5,000 ODIs. So we are looking at some 100,000 knocks. Close to that, give or take a few, how many dismissals. In that, to zero in on 10 is the toughest task possible, but we have decided to take on the challenge. So don't hate on us if we miss out on something. But as is our practice, what we've done this time is, like we did for the top 10 moments, is zeroed in on 30 as our long list. And then from 30, in fact, initially we thought of doing 5, and then we thought 5 is going to be very tough.
Very tough, yes.
So we've done 10 out of almost 100,000 knocks that would have been played. To do it to 10 itself is tough, as you know. So from the 30, our long list is 30. From there, we are going to zero that down to 10, which is slightly easier. Now, in this 30, it's possible that we may have missed out on a few good knocks here and there. That could be one difference of opinion, which means that we would have considered those knocks while making the long list, but we put them out because we could not even make the long list more than 30. So there is a chance that we looked at those knocks that are in your mind and not in the 30 right now, and we've eliminated it. or there's a chance that a few good knocks may have slipped out of our minds as well. So if it has, then apologies for that. But my only point is that if it has indeed slipped out of our mind, then probably it is not good enough to be in the top 10. At least that's the assumption that we're going with. Possible that there is something that could have. If there is, you let us know in the comment section, or since we are live, so you can throw it in the live chat and let us know. So let's look at the long list. Who wants to run, since Siddharth prepared it, quickly run us through the long list just to give context?
Yeah, so it is, we have tried to take every era into perspective from in the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way till now. So it includes World Cups, it includes main ICC events, and it also includes certain key moments when you have to look at it in all bilateral or Asia Cup.
It includes the time that the World Cup was a 60-over tournament.
Yes.
The 50-over tournament when it was played in the whites, when it started to be played in
It was played with red ball, it was played with white ball.
Yeah.
Everything we have tried to encapsulate, as we say, out of 100,000 knocks, we have managed to get it down to 30. And most nations, we have tried to get a fair representation.
See, there'll be one thing that there will be a slight Indian bias, because not that we want to put it, but maybe because our recollections also stronger when it comes to Indian matches. So that's one thing.
Yes.
There could be an Indian bias. There could be a recency bias as well. I mean, depending on the kind of cricket that we have seen in our lives. Of course, it will change to Shashwat, to Harshit, to Siddharth, to me. In terms of our memories or what we remember most, that will also change. But I think between us, we've covered a few decades, so there is a gap there as well. So which will help us, look at a larger picture too. So that's the other thing. Also, the one other thing that is gone in, there could be certain knocks which are outstanding, but they may have come in bilateral series, so they may have been eliminated. So the knocks that have come in very important tournaments, they will be given a little more importance, leeway. But that's not to say bilateral knocks are not there. You must be seeing it on your screen when we showed you the long list, that there are a few bilateral knocks as well, but they have to be really outstanding. World Cup knocks will get precedence, have gotten precedence in our 30, and will get so when we narrow it down to even 10. Context, situation, all of those things really matter. So I wanted you to run through the 30 quickly.
30, okay. So it all begins with Maxwell. Then you've got Kapil Dev. You've got Kapil Dev's knock, which we all know. Viv Richards. Sachin Tendulkar features very predominantly in that 3 knocks of his out of his 49 ODI 100s that he's got. You've got Gambhir. 2011 makes a prominent appearance in this list. 2011 both Gambhir and Dhoni makes it. Rohit Sharma's 2 out of 3 ODI 100s makes it in the list, along with certain other knocks from Herschel Gibbs. World Cup final, as you know, features predominantly with Ponting, with Stokes, Gilchrist. Inzamam's knock in the World Cup 1992 semi-final makes it. Champions Trophy also makes it with Fakhar Zaman, and then one knock in a major Asia Cup final or Australasia final, that's there. Virat's knocks make it, and that is the reason why we have gotten 30. Sachin 200, Fakhar Zaman's 2 knocks, Arvinda De Silva's 96 World Cup knocks, KF Yuvraj. We have tried to get everybody in this 30 that is there. So,
okay.
Without further ado, gentlemen.
Yeah. So you want to do it in ranking order, or just you put 10?
Ranking. No.
Ranking though.
No. See, again in the Olympics,
We've already put ourselves in a big dilemma over here. It's a big hole that we find ourselves in.
No, I don't mind ranking.
Second
Even
time
I
this
don't
week.
mind
Ranking makes it fun.
Ranking again.
You know, we got some of the love for excluding 2011, because if we had ranked it, you would have gotten even more love.
I think we should carry an asterisk in no particular order.
I think we should put it in.
Yeah, because in
It
Olympics
becomes
it was
too subjective.
That's fine.
And there's no metric then.
no, but in Olympics I understand that there the problem was that the sports were different and the eras were different. All of that was different. Here also eras are different, but it's the same sport. Again then. It's not about
No, Shashwat, but conditions again. We've got knocks over here that came in white ball format, and there are some that came in the red ball
and
format.
60 over, 50 over.
So that's context changed. Venue, of course, one could say, okay, a score at a Rawalpindi or a Sharjah will not count for much because conditions, and then you got something like Hyderabad, Chennai.
I am saying let's try and attempt it in that order. If there is a bit of a dispute, we put it at whatever. Like if there's a fight between, they should be 7, they should be 8. You can leave it wherever.
Okay.
Let's go in the order of importance.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's attempt that at least, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with. I'll make your job easier, just as we done with the top 10 knocks over top 10 greatest moments of India. I'll make it very easy because like in that we said Neeraj Chopra's goal has to come. Nobody debated like that, right? So I'm going to suggest 2 knocks which nobody will debate, nobody will have an issue with.
Yes.
One will be Kapil Dev's 175 and then 201 Glenn
Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So without any debate, let us just
The
put
only
that.
fight over there is
Yeah, number
which
one
one
and
goes 1, which one goes 2.
We can have it now.
Yeah.
We can have it now. We can have
Well,
it
like we do our listicles, should we save it for the last? Number 1.
You go from
Yeah.
10 to 1.
How do you do
now.
it?
How do
At
you put
number
them
10.
now? Shivam, come on, let's get on with it. Yeah, we've already given you 2. You're not put the 2.
Yeah.
We can place them
We can
both
have a
at
pool
one
of
at
10
number.
ready. Let's have a pool of 10 ready and then we can get to the number.
Which is the one number on number 1?
No, we're just going with 10 random.
Start putting. I've said 2, Kapil and
Glenn
Maxey.
Maxwell.
Glenn Maxwell. So the 2 knocks without any debate will be there. Okay. So right now you're saying in no particular order.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's have a pool of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And
Fair
then we
enough.
do the ranking.
So no doubt about these 2 knocks.
No doubt
right?
about these two,
Everyone.
Maybe you
agrees.
could even have someone else in place of one of them at number 2. Could be possible. 1, 2, 3.
No
maybe
chance.
had a debate.
Okay, let's go. Which is the knock that you think challenges?
The Viv Richards 189 England.
189 or the final?
189.
189. It is a good knock. The Viv Richards 189
Yeah.
that he got, but the one thing that goes against it is this was in 84. It's a bilateral series
Yes,
against
yeah.
England.
Yeah.
So it's not a World Cup match. But I'll give you a context to that. Why I think it should make the top 10 is and not the top 2, because as I said, it did not come in a very important World Cup game. Those 2 matches are World Cup matches. The thing with Viv is, one, it's a bilateral series, but the thing that goes in its favor, it was the highest ODI score in those days,
For 13
and it
years.
stayed like that for
13 years.
a long time
Yeah.
till
Saeed
you had a
Anwar.
situation where Saeed Anwar went past it. Also, there were some 7 down for hardly anything, so he pretty much batted with the tail, and then he had a 100-run partnership with the last man in Michael Holt,
Yeah.
Exactly.
who only got 12 odd runs.
Yes.
And he
106
obviously
run
got the remaining 60, 70 odd. I'm counting extras also that would have come in that much time. So almost batting with the tail, Viv Richards single-handedly scores 189. In those days where runs were scored, like, runner ball was outstanding now,
Yeah.
like supremely quick, supremely fast.
I
That's
think
why they say
it
Viv
was
was so
way
ahead.
ahead of time. I feel there are so many shots that I saw there. I don't even see. I've not seen players playing those shots in today's day and age. Also, I saw that on drive for 6. I've seen people actually.
You
go
saw
for-
the knock on highlights?
Yeah,
Well
today,
done,
right
well
now.
done.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing.
I mean, for
That's why I think I even
Very
have
good.
that recency factor here. But I feel that I saw that on drive 6 that went over long on. I have not seen anyone play that in today's day and age.
that big
That is true.
stride forward, that
And
intimidation.
in batting, it's more about especially today in T20 cricket, it's about getting ahead of the bowler as a batter. I think doing that at that point, there were instances where he moved in the wicket even before the bowler bowled.
Yeah.
So having that mindset back then, playing such a counter-attacking knock, for me it would be in the top 2.
And can I add 2 more points why he was so good? One, of course, he was ahead of us. Secondly, he's playing ODI cricket with red ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Uncovered wickets.
And he's playing on genuine test match kind pitches, ODI cricket. Now you get those flat pitches in England also,
Yes.
where 400 is scored because they make it like that.
Correct.
Plus you play with a white ball which hardly does anything. Him playing in those conditions where the ball does a lot, with the red ball which does far more than the white ball, and yet batting so far ahead of everyone else, he was just a
Insane.
phenomenal player. For me, the greatest GOAT, I mean, without doubt.
So
So
wouldn't
I agree.
the
I would
original
be-
king.
So
Yeah.
you'll also keep it in the
we
top
only-
2. No?
I would definitely keep it, but I mean, we have 2 other guys who vote because remember there will be a lot of arguments going forward. So, but 2 are here. If we get 1 more vote, Out of the 4, then it definitely.
No, he's saying top 2.
I'm saying top 2.
Top 2, no, I won't.
No,
Top
I
2
would-
are my
that's
top 2 are those.
See, again,
Top
I would keep it ahead
But the
of.
argument right now is not on top 2.
Okay, it's
we'll
about
get
top
to
10.
that now because they've
Yeah.
refused
No,
to.
he just said top 2, so that's
Yeah.
why. Just clarifying.
I think we were having a debate about.
Because you guys said the
yeah,
classification will
yeah,
happen
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So that though I'm not.
See,
even
top 10 is definitely in it.
Yeah,
He's
but
making it for you top 10 this now.
Yes, absolutely.
And not the one he gets in the final, 79 final.
Although, see, one in that 79 final, it's the only time the Windies have beaten England in a World Cup. And it happened with Viv absolutely going crazy. See, we haven't included Clive Lloyd's 102 in
Correct.
the 1975 game, which was far more closer. But
Yes.
Viv had a lot of impact in 1979 and it made West Indies the GOAT team for that decade.
But you know that 75 final, you're right actually, Clive. It's arguably one of the greatest finals as such.
Yeah,
you know,
17 runs they won by.
One of the greatest World Cup finals ever. So to get 100 there, vis-a-vis 79 where they absolutely hammered them.
England,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
But
hammered
then,
them.
if
But
you're
that
to-
Australia-West Indies final,
Next level.
one for the ages,
Yes.
75, yeah.
But I would say this was peak Viv dominance. 84 to 86, there was no one near Vivian Richards at that point. So,
Yeah.
be it in no. I mean, see, in that period also, he got a 56 ball 100. Yeah.
I have seen him play live
Wow.
on the field.
91,
89.
89. His last tour to India, 88, 89. Yes, yes, yes.
I've seen him play live.
Wow.
I was in school that time. I went to see, and
Lucky.
just went to see Viv. Just I remember him walking
That
out.
Delhi
with his
Test
cap.
match.
No, it was
Kolkata.
the Nehru Cup final. Pakistan West Indies.
The final in Kolkata, Eden Gardens.
Pakistan West Indies final.
Which Pakistan won, if I'm not mistaken. Salim Malik.
He got 31. I still remember. Viv got 31. Got out early.
I think it was
early.
Salim Malik who was the star in that
I
game.
can't remember that. I remember Kadir was there. I remember Kadir bowling. Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I would rate that 189.
in
Peak
the top
Viv
10,
dominance.
so
In
you
the top
have that
10.
in the top 10 also.
Yes.
No,
Three votes.
I don't know. So 18, 189,
yeah.
189. Yeah.
in the
Okay.
top 10.
Okay, so 189. We've already got votes, enough votes. So yeah, Viv 189 also comes in.
Yeah.
But would you have kept it?
Yeah. We have all kept it.
Yeah.
We have all kept it.
So it comes now again, repeating in no particular order.
As of now.
As
Okay.
of now, yeah.
Now, so we'll do the same drill as we did the other day. Each of us gets to pick one knock. Let's say he picked one. Each of us now gets to
Why
pick
does it
one
start
knock.
with me by
that-
picking one?
Because you, without asking, picked one.
Yes.
So you already done your chance even before I laid down the rule.
Yeah.
So now others will also get one chance. Na? Those two though were common. Like
Yeah.
nobody would argue. So put it up. So now you have to think, look at this list. Each of you have to bring in one knock that will definitely be there for you now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll have a vote. If you get enough votes, that comes in. If you don't, then
Yeah.
it waits. It goes in the waiting period.
You want to go for it?
Okay, so I would put Virat 133 versus Sri Lanka, Hobart.
The Malinga one.
The Malinga one. You're kidding!
Yeah.
No, it's cemented
4-4-4-6-4.
4.
He hit it with
24 runs.
No, for 3-4 flick shots.
Yeah,
Yes,
One after
3 flick
another.
shots, another flick for a 6,
Yeah,
1 over extra cover. 2012 Hobart was the arrival of Virat Kohli, the modern day GOAT. And he's not looked back since then. That Naga 133, that too, you had to chase 322 in 40 overs.
Yeah.
37.5 you did, right?
36.5. You got it with 3.1 overs to spare even then. Chase Master, ODI GOAT, Virat Kohli, that was established at that point. And taking on Malinga, who was still at that time the best death overs bowler, let me tell you, his Yorkers, everything, 7.4, 96 runs. Malinga was finished as a death bowler after that. Virat ensured it happened. So, 4. Kohli.
I wonder though if it's making my 10. Because there's only 7 slots left. And the list that I have in front, it
So you're not going for it.
The only
How
reason.
many, one by one.
Yeah, I'd go with it, and the only reason
So you're giving one more
yeah,
slot.
and why I would do that, because I feel that one innings Virat would definitely be there in that top 10 list. So for that standards and at
No,
that
but see again, don't go by this. That have to fit in one player.
yeah.
Don't have to. There's no. There could be
See,
one
Virat
batter
Kohli-
with one batter with 5 knocks also. If there is,
I'm just sticking my neck out. Again, I don't know. It could by the end that we go through the entire list. Maybe if it fits in number 9, number 10 somewhere when we trim it down. But even if Virat Kohli, one of Virat Kohli innings doesn't fit into my top 10 right now, doesn't mean that Virat Kohli will not be there when I make the ODI best 11 of all time. Virat Kohli will still
no,
be
that's
there.
a different debate.
Yeah,
we're not getting.
I still keep.
We are in under no compulsion to spread it out at 10 based on okay, one player will only get one. If one player hypothetically has played 3 knocks according to you, it fits in, and somebody doesn't even get one in, even though he may have made 2-3 in our long list, that's okay. You have to pick the top 10. So pick on merit of the knock.
I keep it. See, I'm very 50-50 about it right now because 2 reasons why I would not want it is because there are many knocks that we haven't gone through as of now. So I still want to wait on that.
So you were doing an asterisk right now.
Yeah, why I would want to keep it is if I have to at some point later in this discussion is that at that point Malinga was on his peak. And
No, you have to take that into consideration now. You have to go either you vote for it or you're not voting for it. Of course, you vote for it for certain reasons. If you have a choice, I'll have my choice. He'll have his choice. Quickly, Shashwat, are you voting yes, no, you want to wait, whatever?
I'd wait.
So that vote doesn't come
So he
now.
abstains for
I'm voting in favor, so I'm going with him. So there are 2 votes that are there.
I'm also waiting.
You're also waiting.
I'm
So
waiting.
you haven't got full votes. But since you're 50%, we'll take it to the list with an asterisk.
Asterisk.
There, which means that it could be removed. But if you had not even got 2 votes, if you had not even reached
Then it was
50%,
not
then it does not make it to a list. It won't even get an asterisk. So right now it's coming. I've voted for it. For me, it is yes, one of the best. Again, a bilateral knock, yes, but it comes in.
It was
Shivam,
a
come on.
tri-series in Australia.
No, it makes for a good
Yes, it
case.
comes.
Yeah, you make for a good point. I just because on the list I see a few very good knocks
Yeah,
out
exactly.
there, and maybe
Now put an asterisk in front of that. So
Star, put a
yeah,
star.
we've got 50% vote. Me
Yeah.
and Siddharth have voted for it, and Harshit and Shashwat haven't. They're not discounting it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're
Waiting.
wanting to wait. Okay, now you've done your turn. My turn to pick the next knock, and without getting into merits of anything. Again, it's personal memory, things that completely changed it for me. Whatever it was, has to be Sachin Tendulkar's Desert Storm, not the one that he got in the final, but the 143 that he gets versus Australia to help India qualify for the final. He of course gets a 100 in the final also of that
134.
Coca-Cola Cup and India win. But why I'm saying that knock is because in those days such big scores were never chased, and you were not only did you need to beat Australia, you needed to beat Australia in a certain amount of overs. And it was one of the best Australian bowling lineup there, and it was the day of that one ball only, which by the time it reached 25-30 overs was impossible to clobber. And yet for me, like that memory, the one knock that even if I see in replay gives me goosebumps till today. And so it's not so much about, as I said, it's one of the knocks that defines ODI cricket for me. It changed ODI cricket, it defined ODI cricket, and half of the credit for that knock I will even give to the late Tony Greig for making that knock what it was, because of sheer excitement in his commentary. I'll never forget the lines where he smashes Tom Moody for a 6 and he says he's half his size, and because Tom Moody being
Straight
that
down the
half,
ground, all the way
it
for
was
6.
just cinema, absolute blockbuster cinema for me.
Tony Greig's 3 words.
Yeah.
What a player! Lovely, clean
Section.
hit down the ground. I mean, 3 sixes of Kasparovich, 1 of Moody, 1 of Fleming that he hit. The 1 of Fleming, I think Tony Greig was absolutely off his seat at that time.
And as I said, that old roughed up ball was just
discolored.
impossible to hit.
I know.
Again, I agree, Sharjah not a big ground, small ground, but under those circumstances, I've heard stories from players in those days that it was 30-yard circle was tough to clear with that kind of soft ball that it would become.
Exactly.
It was incredible, and to take India to the final and the whole drama of the Desert Storm and they all lie down. It was, as I said, theatre, blockbuster theatre.
The golden year for Sachin Tendulkar, 1,894 runs. Hurt Australia consistently. After that, he would hit a 141 in the knockout Dhaka that happened in October. and no one's even come close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also tempted to take the 98 in Centurion outside, but I'm saying there's a possibility it comes again. But I thought I had to pick one which is just defined ODI cricket. It'll be like a milestone for me in cricket if I
Correct.
so it has to be. So I'm voting for that. Now it'll go for.
In my opinion, this inning needs no voting.
Yeah, but we will have voting.
Democratic.
very democratic.
I second the vote. 143.
Okay, so we got 2 votes.
Even I do, because this is the innings I did not watch it live, of course, but I've seen highlights and this is the innings I've heard.
You were not born.
Yeah. And I've heard the most about.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
Desert Storm, yeah.
peak Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah. Then Storm has to make it.
So Desert Storm gets all 4 votes, so it comes in to our list without an asterisk. Maybe it can. Okay, chalo, leave it. Put it on 4 and put the one at 5. Yeah. Okay. Shall we move to Harshit's first choice?
I'm split between 2, but I'll just name the one for now.
See, pick wisely because you have
I know.
to get our votes.
Yeah.
So go with the one that we're going to vote more slightly for.
I think I'd be getting all your votes for both, but anyhow, I'll
Oh.
stay the same. I'll
Have
save it for the
confidence.
next turn.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma 264.
Oh, that's a close one because again comes in a bilateral, comes at home.
Kolkata
Yeah.
dropped on 4.
Yeah,
The costliest
easy
drop
pitch to
ever.
play, again bilateral. So certain check marks aren't really
Yeah.
in his favor. Like, so it's not a World Cup, it's not in foreign conditions, tough conditions, not against the greatest bowling lineup.
Catches dropped.
All of those things are our very own. Madan
Oh,
Patel.
Arre.
So
Madan Baji.
not against, so not too many things they're going, but yet
You don't
it's
get my vote on this.
It's an interesting one that he's picked.
I
Okay.
wonder, because if the highest score in ODI cricket doesn't make it to the list, I wonder what.
No. There is a possibility it does not. But anyway, let's finish with our
Because
voting.
it's against Sri Lanka.
I'm not
You're
voting.
not
in this
voting,
one.
even I'm not voting.
I am voting for it. I'll tell you why.
Oh,
I'll tell you why. Because I just, it's not so much the first 100, but it is the second 100, and from there on that 40 over. After that, the blitz, the hitting, that is the most insane amount of hitting that I've ever seen. I agree that if I had to cut few marks, I would cut 4. 1, you're batting on the most batting friendly pitch. You're batting in one of the smallest grounds in the world. You're not batting against one of the best bowling lineups. You have to take that into consideration. For example, maybe later in our discussion, Aravinda De Silva's 66 might come in. So that, which is when I'm saying that it's not always the score, but the day he's batting, in the situation he's batting, in the conditions that he's batting, are vastly different.
The only point that was made about catches being dropped, I won't take that into consideration, because that can happen in cricket all the
Absolutely.
time. By that logic, I know Travis Head 137s also on the list. It should make it because there was a catch drop there as well.
No, but nobody picked the catch drop. They only picked up.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But
so
nobody
context-
pointed out.
Context
See, only
over there-
pointed out the ground that you're playing in, the size of the ground, the pitch conditions, the opposition, and the context of it being a bilateral. So the pressure is far lesser there than when you're playing a World Cup.
Yeah.
So
No,
those things go.
why I'm not keeping it, one reason is definitely the catches also dropped, and why I'm saying that is that for me the quality of knocks that are there, it wasn't a clean innings in that sense. Like what you call a absolutely clean innings, what a treat to watch. It was.
But his hitting
yeah,
after
definitely.
Next level.
the
Yeah,
150 odd, it was just
Correct.
oof.
Yeah,
Yeah, the last 100 I think came
40 balls.
It came off,
No,
no,
less
not
than
40,
that,
less than
less
that.
than
No,
that.
37
40.
balls,
Yeah,
I think.
something
it was.
like that.
And
It was insane.
Robin Uthappa playing the best cameo in cricket.
Supporting role.
Yeah.
What a good supporting role.
18 of 18, I think.
But yeah, Rohit, he could have achieved.
Sorry, go ahead.
He got out of the last ball.
Yeah.
He could have carried his bat, but that didn't happen. He tried.
But that doesn't take away.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's got half the votes, which means it goes into our list,
Yeah.
but with an asterisk.
Yeah.
I voted and Harshit have voted in favor.
Yeah.
So it goes to our list with the asterisk. So you know what I suggest you do, Shivam? Take those asterisks to number 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, 9 and 10.
No, 10. Maybe we might have another one.
You might have other one.
So that's why I just kept one more. So just can
8
have
and
it at
9.
8 and
Yeah.
So yeah, that is how our list is looking. The top 4 have already got the majority, so they cannot be touched anymore. The remaining 2 that they are, because 50% of us have voted, 50 haven't. Okay. Now we go back into the circle of you picking that one, or should we then go into that other thing that we got into of elimination?
Elimination.
And okay, let Shivam pick, then we get into elimination.
Yeah.
Pick.
Gambhir's 97 versus Sri Lanka.
Gambhir's 97 versus Sri Lanka. Shivam has picked. You need votes, 50% of the votes
Yeah.
from
There
our.
is peak Malinga also. There
Yeah.
is Sachin.
I vote for it.
Okay,
And
you.
that was final.
Yeah, I think just a sensational knock at that point, just actually go World Cup winning knock for me. So for me, that definitely makes it to the top 10.
I third that vote because clutch mentality,
Yeah.
clutch player. You needed somebody like that. And yes, India were
Would you also, just a counter question, also have a head then in the top 10? Because playing away, these were home conditions for Gautam Gambhir. Then 137.
So, for example, I'm not voting for this.
I'm not voting
No,
for it.
why I wouldn't have again
my top
head
10
again I would be
greatest ODI
50-50 about it. I'd still think about head later on.
But I mean,
India just has
going by
Yeah.
the same logic that you had, conditions, this and that, whatever. So alien conditions or whatever, playing away from Gambhir playing at home. Head playing against this thing, a 1 lakh stadium, not what Gambhir was playing, or Gambhir was playing in a
40,
25,000, 30,000
Yeah,
stadium
I
back
agree.
then.
Why I'd go with Gambhir over a head? This
Yeah.
point is that head. He comes from that mentality. Australian players to have that clutch mentality. That they can perform on the big stage. That day, yeah,
No, but
definitely.
that cannot
Yeah,
be
yeah,
allowed.
this is no
They can
logic.
perform, so
But
I
this
will
is
not
no
give them
logic.
credit.
greater context is India
Yeah,
ending
exactly.
at 28 year jinx.
Yeah, and also that
But
Indians-
Australia beating
No, that's
India
okay, but
like
this
that.
can't be a
Yes,
logic
then.
that Australians always perform.
I'm not agreeing
You'll
with that.
expect more from an
You
Australian
beating
rather
India
than an
in their
Indian.
own
Yeah,
den
but-
when they had a 10 zip
Yeah.
run going into the final, then that
I
was
was
a greater
tempted,
knock.
but there were other knocks. I was tempted to put
No,
it, but I'm not
I'd be
putting it.
50-50 about it right now. I might just keep it, but I'd still go with Gambhir
Yeah, so,
over.
okay, fine. So you're voting for
Yeah.
Gambhir. You're
I'm
voting
voting
for
for Gambhir.
So there's a 50% vote. Are you voting for no? So 50%.
I'm not even
have it.
50. I'm clear that it's not in my top 10.
No, but I'm saying you've not
Two
voted. I've not
against-
voted. So
Yeah.
it becomes a 50% vote.
Yeah.
Now, not you being 50. The vote is 50.
2 against 2
So
for.
it only comes in.
3 now because he made the choice.
No. It's a voting is
Okay,
here
okay.
for. It's his pick. So it comes in. Then if that was the case, then all need to be reconsidered. You can't change the
Number
quorum.
of votes, yeah.
Can't change the quorum now. So now it comes in with an asterisk.
Yeah, this also
Comes in
comes
with
number
an
10.
asterisk.
That number 10. Huh?
Yeah, it comes in with an asterisk because we'll have to start eliminating.
Yeah.
Because I do think that there will be a bit of a clash when we do
Okay.
votes. So the ones that don't have an asterisk, they cannot be debated. So you can't remove them going forward,
Yeah.
right? Now let's start with the elimination. If we can go to our list, long list. And so we can start eliminating the ones that we've already taken in and the ones that we're eliminating to make matters easy for us.
So remove Maxwell.
Maxwell
and
is
Kapil.
out from there. Okay, Gambhir.
Kapil is out.
The top 1, 2, 3 and 4 are
Yeah, all
Yeah.
4 are out.
You can remove.
all 4 till Virat.
No, Viv we took 189.
Oh, yeah.
So remove 4. Sachin out.
4, yeah.
Gambhir asterisk will remain, right?
Yeah, let that remain.
No, but
Not
there
in
are
this
lots
list,
of it's already gone in that list, so it's
Okay.
out. Now-
Virat 133 out.
हाँ, Virat 133 is out. वो बाद में कर लेना sure.
हाँ, Virat 133 out and Viv 189.
हाँ, which is
22.
हाँ 22. That can also go.
That can also go.
Okay, now just please adjust it so we know which is here, which is not there. Okay, done. So now these are left. Let's start eliminating. Again, we can do the pick. You just pick a knock that you think will be eliminated. You're not going to count. I'll start. I'm eliminating Jayasurya 189.
Yes. Yes.
So Jayasurya 189 out. I don't think we'll make it to our top 10.
Saeed Anwar 194.
No.
Because it was
I
again in a-
I may be tempted to vote.
Yeah,
So I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting
Yeah,
it go.
yeah.
Okay, now
Same.
your choice to pick one.
Chennai, right?
Yeah.
99 Independence Cup.
Shashwat, one that you will remove.
I'd say Guptill 230.
Okay, I'm with him.
Same
Okay.
here. Guptill
So
230.
Guptill out. Harshit.
We could take out
Steve.
Fucker 126.
versus New Zealand. I agree.
2023, yeah.
I agree.
Same here.
It can go out. Now my turn again. I think the Kev Yuvraj NatWest is out for me. Though again a very good knock. Again a milestone in Indian cricket.
Yeah.
The win. But I'm saying if I'm just looking purely in terms of that match, might go in as my one of the, if you look at top 10 ODIs, maybe if you're looking at it, might make it for me. Of course, one of the best ODIs for India. Just as I mentioned, Desert Storm was a milestone, changed a lot of things. Similarly, NatWest was a milestone, changed a lot of things, gave us belief that 300 plus from the situation, of course, all of that. But since we're just looking at knocks per se, those are amazing cameos by both of them, but doesn't make it like memorable knocks. Remember, I'd even said I'll put the 45 by Ajay Jadeja
yes.
in Bangalore in the quarter-final of Pakistan. Context, smashes, Waqar Younis, the way he did, all of that was fantastic.
Yep.
But eventually, there are so many other knocks to look at.
Yeah.
To make top 10 knocks, a lot of those knocks will miss out.
Yeah.
So I'm nominating Kev Yuvraj.
I side with you.
You're voting
Yes.
anymore? We need more votes. 3 votes to.
Yeah. We need to remove one more or vote for?
No. Are you
Yeah,
voting
yeah,
for
I'll
it to be
remove-
out?
yeah.
Okay. That's
Out,
already enough.
yeah, it's out.
So everyone's voted.
So I am removing Steve Waugh 120 versus South Africa World Cup.
I'll second that.
Because those
Good
super-
knocks. By the way, all these knocks that we're eliminating, if one of you have liked it and are very upset that we did not include it, but you must remember it made it to our long list. The fact in
Yes.
itself that it made it to the long list means it's an amazing knock. Without doubt.
It's 10, top 10. It's a very tough task that we
Yeah,
have.
it is tough. So while we're removing some of them easily, but it is just because
Correct.
top 10 is top 10.
I'd go with De Silva 66. 96 World Cups.
I'm not going to vote for
I'm
it
not
now.
going to vote for that.
Why?
Not now. I'm not voting
Boss.
for it to be. I mean, I could vote for it later.
1,10,000. Sri Lanka made it to the final and they're 5 for 3. De Silva 66 or 47 gets into 250. India's ploy to restrict Sri Lanka on a pitch.
See, I'll give you a context. You
Yeah.
gotta remember because
Yeah.
you were not there. So 96 World Cup, Sri Lanka biggest success mantra is Kalu Vidarna Jayasuriya. The 2 openers, they are the ones who started smashing. They take every match away. India has played Sri Lanka once in Delhi. And they played it and they murdered India in a way. Jayasuriya, that Manoj Prabhakar had to start bowling off spin. I'm just giving context to that now.
And he retired.
So after that Manoj Prabhakar never played a match. So that is the Sri Lanka that comes to Eden Gardens. Guess what happens? First over, Srinath removes both Jayasuriya, Kaludara. You think the game is done. Finish, finito, 5 for 3. Guru Singh also gone. Number 3. 5 for 3. There is nothing left in Sri Lanka. India is celebrating their entry, and India is high after beating Pakistan in the quarterfinal.
Correct.
You're sitting in the semis. The most dangerous team, Sri Lanka, is out. You are planning for Lahore final. In walks Aravinda De Silva, and his 66 did not come by consolidation.
Attack.
He came from the bang, 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 like just finished
Kumble
it.
was taken to the cleaners.
Everyone.
Arre.
It was one of the most gutsiest knock that I've
Exactly.
ever seen in that situation.
Which is why
It may still not make the top
Yeah.
10, I don't know, but I'm not eliminating it.
Which is why we didn't put 107 in the final.
Yeah, we didn't put the
That time also I think they were 28 for 2.
Yeah, but they were in much more comfortable situation because the dew had come in.
Yes.
Australian bowlers were struggling, and Arjuna and Aravinda stitched together that partnership. They were cruising.
You know how
They were
they came about. Why they decided that they were going to chase in the middle of a function. Arjuna and Aravinda said, let's just head out to the ground and see what's happening. It was 6:30. And then they thought, what has the
The
outfield
day
been?
before the game.
the day before.
One of those pre-final events and all.
So they were like
dinners.
saying, okay, has the outfield been watered? Because it had that much of dew. And then they decided, if we win, we are going to chase.
Chase, and they chased it very easily.
Yes. And so no one's getting, I don't know, I'm
So
not voting
it could still go out, I don't know.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm not eliminating.
Arshad, what about you?
I'm keeping it.
You're keeping it.
Ha,
For
so
consideration.
your turn is done.
I picked War getting out, no?
Yeah.
Steve Waugh.
Acha, so my turn. I have to remove one. There are a few I can think of, but I'm just removing one. getting tougher, huh?
Yeah.
It is. So long list we prepared was actually quite good.
Okay, I'm removing Miyadad 116.
Oh,
Yeah, I am removing because I don't think it'll make. I know that 6 Australasia Cup, that
Final.
last ball 6
Chetan Sharma.
really hurt us.
You-
Okay, I'll keep that. I don't think it'll make the top 10. You can keep it. I'll remove the 209 by Rohit in Bengaluru because I've already voted for 260.
Yeah.
And that. For me-
because we have the 261
Same,
doesn't
same.
make for a 209.
Same.
Although I had voted for the 209, first double century that he made.
It was, but 264 is 264.
No, I
Yeah.
understood.
Because that was big number, but this inning is
And Bengaluru, you're talking about small ground. What is Chinnaswamy?
Yeah.
Flat pitch, small ground, 16 sixes. He could have hit 20. But that's the nature of the ground. So yes, I also agree. 209.
Okay, so Harshit, your
Harshit,
turn.
your turn.
One that you're gonna remove. We don't have. We'll really struggle.
Yeah.
We don't have too many slots left there.
Exactly.
How many are we left with? 4.
4.
Yeah.
Could be
Even
more if
more,
those
no?
threes
Those
are
3 asterisks are removed, we still have 7.
With a very heavy heart, I'm taking down Kevin O'Brien 113 versus England.
Yeah, it was the fastest
Yeah.
ODI World Cup 100.
But no.
See, in terms of impact, a minnow.
I wouldn't vote for that. But I'm still outvoted. But still.
Yeah, I'm voting for it.
I'm
See, I
okay
think
with
at that point in the 20,
No, it was an
that
incredible
would-
knock.
Yeah,
it was something
that's what I'm
that-
saying. With a very heavy
329,
you
very
need to
long
understand
time
the
after that.
context here. Ireland, nobody gave a chance, and he pulls up
Exactly.
that
And
knock.
Ireland beating the old enemy. Who would have
Yeah,
thought at that
exactly.
time?
But again, you
It
look at that
started
list.
there,
It's
the rivalry between them.
It's a
113
list.
for 5 to get to
Exactly.
330.
It's
Yeah.
a list, and some knocks will go.
I know.
So you have
exactly.
So
It's a tough one.
yeah, outvoted. Sorry,
I know.
Shashwat. Great knock, but
I
out.
know.
Okay, now Shashwat, your turn to remove. I think one more round of removal.
And then
4 are out. Then we go to
back to
voting.
the-
Putting back.
God, what have we gotten ourselves?
I
into?
know.
Why do we do this?
Oh God, why? Yeah.
I'd go with that 38.
138.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Because you picked 189 already. Yes.
That's the only reason I have no other option there.
Okay.
Okay. So all agree that we.
Yeah, I've voted
Okay.
for it. Yeah.
Okay. I would remove an ABD 149 for one simple reason.
Seriously?
I was thinking about that actually.
Because it was again a bilateral and it was already
And would you also put it down to the opposition then?
opposition plus small ground also Johannesburg, it would fly over.
But 31 balls.
I know, but then already the record had been broken a year earlier before that. Corey Anderson, that's why he didn't keep Corey Anderson in Queenstown. 36 balls. I agree, 149 or 44 balls, it was an superhuman, freakish kind of a
Yeah.
thing. The owner of the fastest 50, fastest 100, fastest 150 all happened in the space of 4 months. But there are other bigger knocks with
Exactly,
impact,
that's
with greater context. Sure, it was a pink ODI, it was
Yeah.
good, but
Day-night game.
no, it wasn't. It was a day game.
Yeah.
It was a day
Wasn't-
game.
it wasn't
a day game.
day-
I don't know day night.
It was a day game.
Day game.
Day game. So that's why. And already the earlier knocks by Riley Russo and Hashim Amla had already set up a big.
Miller also, I think, in that game.
Miller came late. He didn't get a chance to bat. 443 for 2 here. So that's why I know ABD genius freak, but there are better knocks than that.
Okay, I'm voting for it.
That will be taken down?
Yeah, I only have 3 slots, 4 slots. What am I gonna do?
And there's so
I
many.
find it difficult. I find it very difficult because 31 balls, ODI 100, eventual
So then now the ones that you're not going to vote for should be the ones that you should vote for now when they make it to the list. So when we come to the choices,
Yeah.
the ones that you are reluctant to vote for should be your choices
Yep.
to be picked, right?
Yes.
So how many votes for this? Have
3.
You also voted
Yeah.
for it to be 3. Okay, so 3 have voted, so it goes
Then
out.
it's out.
Yeah.
You've removed ABD. My turn to remove one. I'm removing Sachin's 200. I know again a landmark knock. First 200 in the history of ODI, no doubt. But again, I go back
First
to
male player.
yeah, exactly. So we only got male knocks that we're looking at now.
Yeah, because
you did not put any from women.
First 200 in cricket came with.
I had no chance
but
of actually
we-
taking it. It would definitely make it to the top 10
No,
for me.
I'm not gonna, because see, it has been surpassed. It was the first years, but also as I said, the context, bilateral series in Gwalior.
But you always remember the first, sir, and not just that. I think
But
the whole
how
it
do
was not imaginable at that point. You
I'm
couldn't
also
imagine.
keeping it. My simple reason being because that was a knock that made world cricket realize
Exactly.
this was, let's say, the Neil Armstrong moment.
Exactly.
That you thought that the moon cannot be achieved, but then the US showed that it can be done. This knock was that for world cricket.
Sachin
That-
was Sputnik, Russia. US, that already happened about 13 years
No,
prior
no,
to that.
no.
I don't know.
But
I
seriously,
mean,
that is a
how am I
different,
going to fit all the knocks then?
No,
I'm keeping
this
Sachin
was
to 100.
more than I still remember.
you're keeping
The
it. I'm
roads were empty that day, and everyone there was just one talk about it was just 200.
So now
could never
so
imagine.
when we come to picking
Yeah,
the
yeah,
knocks,
yeah.
you will have to pick this.
I'm
as your
anyway
first
saying it for
choice.
me, it will definitely make it to the top.
I'm not picking it.
Okay, great. So we know now when we start with picking the one that are going to come.
2-2.
Harshit's. No, so then it remains because we've only got a.
But I didn't vote for it. I said you can remove it. So I'm
but
with you.
Two people are keeping it.
Two are
So it
keeping
remains
now.
right
So it
now.
remains.
It's up for discussion.
Asterisks.
Put
Asterisks.
in an asterisk to it.
So Harshit,
But
your
you guys
turn.
will have to start eliminating because how do you fit
I
three,
know.
four?
So Harshit, it's your turn.
Virat 183 versus Pakistan Mirpur.
I'll second you on that.
Yeah.
Because you already picked one Virat Kohli moment which defined him.
Even I would.
It's not, but I will vote
But
for
again,
it too.
context.
Yeah, even I would.
For lack of context, I'm eliminating.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
would
with
too
you.
because I can't fit my 10.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
Four
so many
votes.
good
We
knocks
can
that I
remove
want to
it.
vote for. How do I keep anything?
So have we finished the 4 rounds?
No, we'll have to do one more.
One more round.
Yeah.
How
okay.
many? One?
Go Shashwat.
2, 3, 4. There's lots.
Yeah, we need at least one more.
One more,
We could
yeah.
need two also.
Yeah.
I'd go with Gil.
We need 2 rounds.
There is no Gill in the list.
Gilchrist. I would.
Acha, Gill.
Gilchrist 2003, is it?
7.
Seven.
I'm confused between Gilchrist 2007 or Ponding 2003.
Both are mind-boggling knocks.
But one needs to go out now. See, one has to have no other option now. So I'd go with Gilchrist 114, 2007.
With a squash ball in his glove.
Yeah, that's why.
One had a squash ball, the other had a spring
Spring.
bat.
Bat में spring था, yes.
I'm just going. I don't know. It's very tough to choose between one, but I'd go with that.
Yeah, it's very tough again, but I will eliminate because I can't keep so many.
I'm also
I can't.
third vote.
I have no other option.
Yeah.
4 and 4.
4 and 4.
Man, imagine removing a knock line.
Exactly.
By the way, I was there at the ground. I saw that knock live. Barbados, I'll never forget
Exactly.
the shot in 38 over game.
Yeah,
the way he batted. I mean, mid innings you knew the game was done.
Yeah.
No matter
Same way
what.
like in
by the time
2003
even
also.
the Sri Lankan came out or not is another thing. That game was finished. But again, I do not have too many slots left.
But would
in
have
that.
you eliminated Ponting or in between both of them? which one?
Gilchrist.
Yeah,
more than
because Ponting I'd go because it happened before, and I think the way
happened against India.
Yeah, and the way it
Also,
started.
The disdain with which he treated the bowlers.
Exactly.
Ponting
It was
a bit.
pure class.
Pure
that day.
murderous, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I
Between
went-
them, I'll vote for
Okay.
Siddharth, your turn.
My turn. I'll remove Inzamam 60 versus New Zealand. I know it got Pakistan to the final, but there was a better knock in Javed Miandad also at the other end.
Yeah.
Javed and Imran in those 2 matches, especially in the semi-final and the final, they played clutch knocks. And Inzi followed up with another cameo in the final.
Correct. I think why that knock is remembered so much. One, of course, it knocked out one of the tournament favorites who hadn't lost. Secondly, I think it just announced Inzamam to the world.
Yeah.
With
He's
that
very young now.
So,
That
yeah,
22.
So he just the young Inzamam, the way he batted, and then from there on the legacy. So I think it started from there, which is why it is as prominent as it. But I'll second you on that. I don't think it will make my top 10 now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah.
So you can remove that.
So-
Arshad, Shashwat, you on the same? Okay.
Yeah, everyone's voted.
Nikhil's
My turn
turn.
to remove one, and as much as it pains me, I'm going to remove Gibbs 175.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Australia.
I know.
Joga.
872
Very tough.
runs
Very
scored
tough.
in that.
Also
game.
because everyone made merry that day.
I know. It was a
So it was like a run
road.
fest, and Everyone had a good time.
And only a Nathan Bracken had
5 wickets. 5 for 67.
Yeah. So again, it's a great knock. The fact that it made a long list, but does it make my top 10? Not quite. We'll have to do one more round.
Darshit's not finished with that.
I am eliminating Fakhar Zaman 114 versus India Championship.
No.
I'm voting for that.
Why no? I'm not.
Overstepping, catch drop.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. I do. Yeah, they were catch drop.
I
They
thought
were.
so.
They
Looking
were
at that
Just
context,
remember,
yes.
I just want to understand Shashwat 1 second. There are 4 slots there remaining.
Yeah.
2 you have already picked that you
Yeah.
don't want to eliminate in Sachin 200, Fakhar Zaman 114. Okay?
No, I don't want to remove it at this point.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you have to think like that, na? I can't for everything say I don't want it to remove. How will I fit in?
Yeah.
So 2 you have not removed. That means 2 slots are gone in your
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
So he's
Now
only
you're
left
left
with
with 2
two.
slots.
Yeah.
There is Dhoni, Ponting, Miyadad, Head, Stokes, De Silva, Sachin, Anwar. You only have 2 that you can pick.
Yeah.
So rest of them you will have to eliminate. So you're going to eliminate a Ben Stokes, huh? In the final of the 2019 World Cup.
Or no
You're
Dhoni.
going to remove Dhoni from 2011. You'll have to remove Sachin 98 in Centurion. So you will have to remove Head also. So just remember,
Just remember that.
if you keep everything there, you will have to remove them as well. Anyway, so who did you vote for? Fakhar Zaman. You've got
I have 3
3
votes.
votes, so it goes out. Doesn't
Fakhar
matter
Zaman
what
out,
Shashwat
yes.
says.
My vote also.
Yeah.
Fakhar Zaman is also out.
Shashwat, your turn. Last round. And then
No, now should we go back to picking one?
I think we can do one more round because this is what,
No,
8 entries left.
No, but then only the ones that are left will make it.
okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Pick one. And then we
Sachin
can
200 clearly.
So just how many slots are left?
3 slots.
3 slots.
3
No,
plus
the
3.
one thing is that there's 3 entries over there that still have an asterisk that need deliberation.
that
They're not
can-
short there.
Okay, what you do now for our comfort is take all these, copy these all, Shivam. No, not the header, just the knocks. Just copy all of them, please.
No, he's put on a different thing, no?
No, I just said copy it, put it below.
Put it below,
Below
number
this.
10.
After
A
10.
divider after this, and then we can have just those entries, the ones that are left.
No, don't give so much gap. How will it fit?
Okay.
Yeah.
You have
So
to,
now it's about placing it.
Yeah, now you have to decide which are the ones that you go with.
in front of Stokes, put 84. Okay, that number is not there. 84 star Stokes.
See, there is Dhoni is 91. There is Ponting 1. It's really tough. That's why I said a Sachin 200 now. It's going to be tough. Miyadad's 116, Heads 137.
No, I might keep a Sachin's 200 over a Rohit's 264 also, na?
But
Because
though
that's
it's
an
264 is an
It's
asterisk.
2-2, yeah.
Anybody in the taking for that?
I didn't vote for the Rohit 264.
But would you keep Sachin 200 in place of Rohit if you have
yes.
to choose one?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Ahead of Rohit's
Yeah.
264.
Yeah.
No,
Highest ODI score though has
But
to be
Harshit, no.
Yeah.
no chance.
Even
No chance.
even on that day, I think 18 batters batted and how
See, by that logic, then Dhoni's 91 doesn't make it because already
that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
That
that's
is
fine,
another
that's
debate.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
fine.
debate. There's
Yeah,
no
I
extension
don't-
to that
exactly.
debate.
But you'd keep that, na?
Which one?
Sachin's first 200.
I would
In
because
place of 260.
Okay, so if they've both picked it, it comes to our list with an asterisk. So
yeah.
comes to our list
And
with an asterisk.
Siddharth is willing to consider.
I don't know, but since 2 votes have come, it will come. I've not voted for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm clear on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's go one by one. Let's see whoever gets the 2 votes.
Yeah.
Now comes in in our top list.
Top
then
list,
we'll
yeah.
start eliminating. Right.
Yeah.
So Dhoni is 91 versus Sri Lanka. Do we have 2 votes for it? Anybody voting for that?
Not
top
me.
10?
No.
I'm also not voting.
Very unfortunate, even I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's not. So
That's
that
not.
goes out. Okay. I'll tell you why. It's not that it's a good knock, whatever.
Yes.
But I think the situation, you're playing at home, the opposition, the bulwark was done by Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I want to.
No, but many other things. You're playing at home as well under the
Correct.
context. So it came in a World Cup final good.
Yeah.
Maybe in my top 20 it'll make it, not top 10.
Even in my
Correct,
top 15, it will make.
Top 10. Okay, let's get to Ricky Ponting. 140 versus India. Is
That
it?
miss Sprinter.
It's scarred us for so long.
I vote for it.
In
In the top 10, yes. It was
I'm
brutal.
also going to vote for it. I'm going to vote for it.
Absolute carnage here. I mean, India weren't even in the contest.
That hammering.
See, I know one more which I want there. Having seen two
No,
slots.
you have to go one by one.
Ponting,
Are you
what
voting
is-
for it or not?
No, that's why I have to think about if there is any
So think
other.
about it. You have to
Harsha?
answer about that. It's got 2 votes till now.
Looking at the occasion, everything, it has to be there.
3-1.
So it's got 3
anyways.
votes, which means it then doesn't come with an asterisk.
It doesn't
Then
come,
it
yeah.
makes it to the list.
Yeah.
Yes.
So put it at 6, that's fine, without an asterisk. Okay. Coming to Miyadad 116 versus India. I had actually voted for it to be out, so I'm not
So yeah,
voting for
even
it.
I won't vote for it. Now
I think I'm outvoted then.
No, are you voting?
I voted for it because I was the one
No,
who
no,
said
you
let
can
me
vote.
there in the
So
list.
one, yeah, it's up to him.
It can be eliminated. I think the others
Yeah.
make for a better deliberation.
Yeah.
Okay. So Miyadad 116
Miyandad hata do.
out, goes out. Okay, now let's get to head 137.
By the way, you don't remember that day, na? It's not remembered anymore. Khada hu aaj bhi wahi. Head 137. I would say yes. Hands down, yes.
There's one
There's
slot left.
only because there's only one slot left. I have a suggestion here. Because I think
No, right now forget the slot. If 2 people vote, it comes into our list as number 11.
whatever with an asterisk.
Okay,
maybe.
it comes in
and
as a
then-
number 11, right?
But we're going to then remove. Then we're going to have more voting.
No, you know what the problem here is? If 2 people vote and I'm 50-50 about it, I would want it as number 11, but as soon as I vote, it will come in the top 10.
No, so you decide what you have to do. You want to
Okay.
vote or not, it's up to you.
No,
You
I-
decide. If there are 2 votes, it comes in, we'll have to eliminate it even then. I'm just narrowing the gaps. It's tough. That's how we'll go. Head 137 versus
For inclusion.
Yeah.
2
For
votes.
inclusion.
I'm not voting for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Even I'm not voting for it.
So it comes in with an
Yeah,
asterisk.
that's the only reason I wanted
so
it.
put it
My
at
suggestion
11.
I'm willing to take it there at the cost of eliminating Gambhir's 97.
No,
Now
no.
we'll get to that little later.
I'm in
we'll
place
get to
of-
it little later,
Later,
one by one.
Okay.
One by one.
Okay.
You are going to be done with everything, right?
Yeah.
So Saeed Anwar 194 versus India. I'm
No.
voting for it.
Even I'm voting for it. There for a very long time, this was the
Yeah,
record.
and I remember that knock.
I know.
And I've heard a lot about it.
I mean, watching Saeed Anwar bat was a gift because he was blessed with timing. He never murdered the ball. And here's not a slogger, but a pure timer of the ball.
And that-
who reached 194. In those days, it was unthinkable.
So again,
to
run a
even
ball
reach.
kind of an
And that too, for once 50 plus runs, he batted with a runner.
It has to be, in my mind, one of the milestones in ODI cricket. So I cannot
Yeah,
eliminate it.
same
I will
reason.
vote for it.
Even I'd vote for
So
it.
we got 2 votes and 2. So it comes in as
You'll not keep it?
you can put it wherever you want. We've got one more slot done. So
No, but
put
I think
it,
he's keeping it anyways.
no, he's not.
I did
You're
not.
not. You're not voting.
Don't confuse Shashwat. Please take the Saeed Anwar knock and you can put it even in the 5 because we have to fill all the slots, na? But with an asterisk.
with an asterisk.
Yeah, because those can go out.
So remove that Sayyid Nani.
Yeah. Now we've got Stokes 84 versus New Zealand 2020. Who are voting?
I'm not.
I'm voting for it.
I am voting as well.
I'm not.
Context. That
Okay, so
wickets
it comes in
the
at
hand.
12. It comes
But
in
again,
at
How many wickets did
home
England have in
World
hand?
Cup yet again.
Home conditions is one thing. I am willing to consider that. Let's say when you talk about Gambhir, then home conditions and everything. But Stokes again, look at who was there at the other end. How many wickets were there left? India had 5 wickets in hand.
Even England, if you look at, they lost wickets only towards the end. He had a good partnership with Butler.
Even then.
And that too, you are super over determined the game. You didn't win it in
Exactly.
But
regulation.
who was the one who took it to the super over?
It was actually Trent Bolt, not Ben. And Ben Stokes, okay,
Yeah.
that fortuitous
Why, see,
deflection.
it was definitely one of the greatest, which why I would not keep it, because for me, it's because it's the top 10 innings. It's about being flawless and being absolutely chanceless and everything.
I don't quite agree
it
to that.
happened.
Innings doesn't have to
With
be
all the-
You're just going by the impact, now then.
Yeah, of
but I'm
course.
not going just by the impact. Then, because then
For
it's
all the
not top
arguments
10
that you're
now.
making, I'm doing this. That's the Ben Stokes
Yeah,
reaction. Epic photo that was there. I'm doing
Definitely
this.
top 15 again. It will
No,
make
we'll
it.
have to eliminate a few.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
have to
get down to
eliminate,
the
yeah.
last two and then we'll see how many we need to eliminate, right?
Yeah.
De Silva 66 versus India.
Yes.
I had
Yes,
voted
yes,
for
yes.
it, I'd kept it, but now looking at the list that I'll have to remove, so I'm not voting it for now.
I'm not voting for it.
Damn.
So it goes out because now I have to
out, yeah.
eliminate. I already got 12. I can't add another 30.
I know.
Finally, Sachin 98 versus Pakistan Centurion.
No.
No.
I know.
I'm definitely putting it ahead of a Sachin 200. So if a Sachin 200 makes it there for me, Sachin 98 versus Pak Centurion definitely makes it. So I'm voting for it.
Harshit.
2-1. You have the.
So far 2-1. He's the guy who has to break the deadlock.
I'm keeping. I'll keep the 200, so I can let go of the 98.
So 3-1.
Okay, so I'm outvoted, so it goes out.
Outvoted, yes.
So now we've got 12 left. Now we need to remove 2. So what we can do is everyone pick their 2, and in front of the ones that we pick, we'll keep putting
Dashes. Yeah.
So the one with most
eliminated.
gets out, right? So each one pick the 2 that they can let go. Just put number 1 type thing in front of the names that we say, Shivam. One, just like one.
Dandi.
Capital I. That's it.
Okay.
Harshit, you start.
No, pick one first.
Okay.
Pick one, the one that you can most let go of.
Now the asterisk. Okay, no asterisk.
For me, Stokes.
No, it can only be from the asterisk.
Asterisk.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Stokes 84 for me. New Zealand World Cup 2019. I would let go of that.
Stokes 84.
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay. 1 second. You put one. Put one. No, capital I.
Go with the divider, Shivam. Go with the
That's
divider.
it. That's it.
Okay, chalo. This is fine.
Okay.
Shashwat.
Stokes 84.
Stokes 84. First you have to pick. My turn.
Yeah.
I'm going Sachin 200. Sachin 200.
Sachin 200.
1.
Harshit.
I'm going Gambhir 97.
So it's Stokes 84 that will go out, no?
No. We have to pick our
Okay,
two.
yeah.
2, na?
Let's start it from there this time then.
Harshit.
My other choice. Virat 133.
Okay. My turn.
Yes.
I'm going head 137.
Oh. Shashwat.
I'm going Rohit 264.
Rohit 264.
So it's clearly should be sir, and we are united with both our choices, and that's why
You
we
also
have-
picked Rohit 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Both of us
So
are
you've got
united.
2. Now each of them needs 3 votes, right? So we are kind of split now. We need a majority. So
No, but it's not the 2 that have the most number of them. That clearly a state.
no. It's still a 50% majority.
Still a
You know, you need a majority to remove one.
Okay.
How can you remove something without a majority?
Yeah.
So let's just debate between the two. Open up a debate here with the ones that have 2 votes and try and cancel out each other with arguments.
I don't know whether people will be convinced or not. I would not. I mean, for me, I can help. How many votes have you got for Stokes?
2.
And my vote went for head and
You went for head and Sachin.
Sachin. I can help the person out with a Stokes 84 and remove it, but okay, I'll take my head vote out and give it to Stokes. So at least that one is sorted.
Okay.
That's the best I can help with. So 3 votes, Stokes goes out.
Stokes goes out. No offense when Stokes.
That's the best I can do.
Have a fish to fry.
I know.
It's against New Zealand.
Yeah, and also because of the circumstances also.
So it's now Rohit 64 and 264.
It is between Virat. Now you guys will have to think. I've already done my bit Already removed one of my votes.
So
and
now
given
you need to Harshit sir change.
I had voted for Rohit,
Yeah.
and that's why.
it. No, you had voted for Rohit and.
And Stokes.
So you're not changing.
I'm
Don't change
not
your
changing
vote. Yeah.
anything. Only
Harshit
it's
sir-
now these two or you
No,
three.
no, I-
Well, these two, I was the one who changed my vote to help you guys.
You-
out.
you-
I
you
can't
can-
keep changing my vote and you guys
Yeah.
don't expect.
You-
I'm not changing.
Harshit sir, you can change one
I
vote.
changed one vote to allow you guys to fit in.
Harshit sir can change.
I'm
Now
not
the
changing.
debate is between the next four that are there, na? Next, yeah, Sachin 200.
So, by the
last
way,
five.
can I just tell you, the Saeed Anwar 194 has gotten no vote.
Yes,
Yeah.
So that remains,
That
right?
remains, yeah.
So just remove the asterisks out.
from Saeed Anwar.
Yeah.
Okay, and which is the other asterisk which has got no vote? Head.
Head.
Since I made the compromise.
Yeah.
So head asterisk also goes out. Now you are left with Sachin, Virat, Rohit, and Gambhir.
And Rohit.
Rohit.
But now against head, there's no asterisk, right?
There is no asterisk.
No vote, so that's a certainty now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had voted,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
taken my vote out
So
to adjust that.
See Harshit sir, Virat's 133. I do understand all the factors. At Rohit, I do understand that it's the highest, most number of runs in ODIs. But Virat's 133 at that time in the situation, Malinga at his peak, Virat sort of arrived at that point. Like he had runs and everything, but he showed his dominance. He sort of, answered everyone at that point. There were many things going on apart from that also. So that was the real Virat actually.
And yeah, Gambhir 97.
That is not even in the. You didn't vote for that, na?
I did.
You
he
did.
yeah.
I did.
I can, I would have given you my vote for Gambhir 97 because I don't think it makes ahead of Rohit 264 for sure. But the problem is that Sachin 200 also.
But sir,
See, what I can do is I can take off the
it does.
Rohit one
But
and
I'm
put it for
saying that is
Sachin.
a phenomenal 264 is just
even above that
unheard of.
97.
Yeah, because as I said, I mean, honestly, for me, that was a done deal, that final against Sri Lanka. Playing at home, I gave Sri Lanka no chance to win that game.
No,
And
but-
you weren't chasing an important Sri Lanka had a collapse. You were chasing a par total, according to me. So you weren't chasing something big. It just made to look.
Yeah,
it was made to
tougher
look
because
dramatic, yeah.
Malinga picked up
Why
those
I
two
was
wickets,
saying that I would
which were
rather
playing in your
have
conditions, you
Stokes'
would have
innings
cruised.
over there in place of Gambhir's, because again, contextually,
See,
circumstantially, things were tougher for England.
No, but
India won it with more than an over to spare.
see, okay,
Which
between
one?
Gambhir and Sachin, I would vote for Gambhir ahead of Sachin. So between that 200, because that came in a bilateral at home, and there are already knocks that have gotten more. So between Rohit and Gambhir, I'm going with Rohit because it is 264. But between Sachin and Gambhir, I'll go with a Gambhir 97.
So what I will do is I will take off my Rohit vote and I'll give it in the Sachin one, 200.
That still won't change anything.
Then again, it doesn't change anything.
That's the only thing I can
don't
do.
change it, na?
No, it can if somebody else votes for either Gambhir or
Have you changed one of your votes yet? No. So you and I are the only ones
Yes,
left to-
you are the fence sitters.
Yeah,
Get out the
yeah,
fence.
you have
But
to.
you're changing it. It's just weekend.
No, but everyone has to make a vote change for that. Now, otherwise,
that,
if I was also stuck, you would never get to a situation
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It will be on a stalemate.
So you have to go to the lesser issue.
Because I changed it because it was a bilateral. That is the main reason.
So I'll do one thing. I'll change my vote from number 8 and I'll take it to number 7 then. Because I'm certain to keep 264. That's an ODI score being hit by a batsman.
Virat.
No. 8.
Yeah.
Virat 133.
Yeah, I'll take my vote from Virat.
Yeah.
And give it
place.
to the Sachin 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can be done.
Yeah. So Sachin.
1-1 to that. Yeah, that goes out.
Ooh.
That goes
That's-
out.
I was clear about 264.
Exactly, you'll have to adjust somewhere.
Yeah,
so
somewhere
that-
you.
I was clear about 200.
Yeah. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, after great difficulty, is our top 10. Now, do you want to go quickly rank it?
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that.
Now you
I
can
was in
remove
favor-
asterisks. everything.
Mind numbing.
I was ready.
Please, should we clarify because before somebody takes a grab out of it, says Sports Today ignored this and this, that and that this is in no particular order.
I think we can put an order so that at least.
Put an order to this.
Let's do quickly, without anything. See,
Maxwell 200.
okay, I'll just do between Maxwell and Kapil. Again, voting simple. Which is your number one? now?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Maxwell. So Maxwell goes one, simple. Right? Simple voting. Maxwell is one. Then obviously Kapil second for all of us.
Yes, Kapil is second.
No,
Yes,
for me,
Kapil Bhai.
Viv. No.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, Viv.
Viv, but
Yeah.
you're outvoted. So second is
3-1.
Kapil.
Second is
Right?
Kapil.
Now, third, what do you want to put?
Sachin 143.
Interesting. Sachin 143. Who else voting for Sachin? You have anything else in mind? Anyone?
Me, Viv.
Out of all of this, I will probably take Ponting 140.
No, I'm not going for
Split.
it. So I'll go with Sachin 143, just for the third.
Ahead of
position.
Viv, 189.
I mean, it's a tough one, but yeah, I'll go fourth for Viv. I'm not fussing too much about ranking.
Viv,
Not
same, fourth.
okay.
I agree.
Fourth done. So majority have already done. Don't have to wait for Arshit's vote. Now 5 will be tough. 5, what do you want to go for?
Head.
Anwar, head. No, I'm not voting for head.
Ponting has
That's
to be
hard.
ahead of head.
Not voting for head. Yeah, I'll vote for Ponting ahead of head for sure.
Same. Ponting ahead of head.
No, I'm fine with
Head circumstances much more tougher.
Agreed.
No,
but
yeah,
that-
the hammering that Ponting gave us.
I know, it was clear.
a scar.
But peak Aussie, you
See,
expected
in that match, that final 2023, you lost with your batting only. Finished it. So there was nothing much left. There, though,
Ponting
Ponting finished you.
with a spring in the bat.
Just finished you, which is not a true
I
story.
know. I did the story to dispel that myth. Before there was fake news, we had already peddled fake news in that era.
Chalo, jaldi bolo.
Yeah, Ponting.
Okay.
Ponting ahead of head for
I changed
sure.
the word, yeah. So Ponting at number 5.
No, I'd keep Anwar only at number 5. But I'm outvoted.
You're outward, so Ponting. Ponting at number 5. Yep, and number 6.
See, I think
All. Ponting at number 5, yes.
Ponting. Maybe Anwar can be 7, Rohit 8.
No, you have to see next up is what? How about Virat next? No?
Virat, I would put Virat at 6.
No,
Ahead
I
of
put
head.
Gambhir. I definitely put Gambhir now. At number 7, na? It's the
No.
final
Number
six.
six.
Head ahead of Gambhir for me.
Yeah, head I'll put there. For me,
Again, I'd put Gambhir.
after
See, I'd go with I'd go with 6.
see Virat
7.
has to be higher.
Then
See, head can be 6, Virat can be 7.
and Gambhir at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
I'm also fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with okay, you can put Rohit at 10 if you want. You
Yeah.
can just switch that.
Yeah, I'm fine
Rohit
with
at
that
10,
also.
Gambhir at Rohit at 10 and Gambhir at
9.
if you want. This is just arguing. I mean, doesn't mean much.
Splitting hairs.
Yeah, just splitting hair. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which coach and captain?
I know.
Yeah.
Gambhir is above the captain.
A former captain also over
I
there.
know. Yeah, Virat is number.
Not even Gambhir, not even over Virat. 133.
Of course.
You're outvoted. Yeah, sorry, can't help it.
Yeah. So Saeed Anwar will be 6.
It's okay, and
No, then put,
lost track.
at least put Gambhir at.
It's too tough.
Yeah, at least Gambhir.
Didn't
one
I-
number.
Numbing, yeah.
It is. It is.
Crazy.
Seriously, it is.
That's our list, ladies and gentlemen.
Full frame.
To be fair, in no particular order, let me just say, because each of you will have your own opinion. It's very tough to really rank them. We tried best. The tough part was to get to 10. Do share your comments. We'd love to hear from you guys what you have to say, in terms of what we missed out and what we had. Can we take a couple of quick comments, Shivam, please, before we wind up?
It's really been a long thing.
Yeah, it's a tough.
Imagine 4,752.
I ain't recording any
audience.
episode today.
No way, yes. This is what I was thinking. Nikhil was saying we'll record one more. Brave man to do it.
I didn't think that it was.
Yeah, even I didn't think this is going to turn out like this.
73 minutes it's gone on.
Okay, quick comments quickly. Let's take a few. Dhanush is saying best head 2023 World Cup final, bottled rigged World Cup.
India, come on, yeah.
Come on, Dano.
I know, but then
rankings.
थोड़ा सा font बढ़ा दे भाई, उम्र का लिहाज करें.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Ashish Dhar is saying, greatest ODI knock, tough one between Kapil's 175 versus Zimbabwe and Sachin's 143 versus Australia. My vote goes in favor of Kapil because simply it was the World Cup.
True, but we ranked a knock higher than that. That's a different debate. Don't get us started as to why.
I know.
Mango Man Vishwanathan.
Is it? Is it Vishwanathan? I don't know. We can't see the full name.
We can't.
We can. We just need to click on those 3 dots, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
And go to
Forget
go to
it.
channel. Go to channel.
Go to channel. There you can see it.
Visualizing and creating. मैं बदनाम हो गया बे बात का. De Silva semi knock 96 World Cup is at 28. His final knock 107 isn't there. That was one of the greatest knocks. Sri Lanka winning World Cup in final against Oz in 96 was like Bangladesh beating it.
That wasn't Mango Man. Wasn't at 28. That was just our long list in no particular order. If you've seen our full program, you will understand. It's a tough exercise, but we went through with it anyway.
I know. Mr. Shekhar GTN from the US. Good morning all. It's very rude to not include even one legendary knock of Vikrant sir in STPL. And when you move on to bowling, Harshit's terrifying spell or Nick sir's spin wizardry in STPL needs to have a spot.
Thank you, Mr. Shekhar.
Harshit's 4 for 18. Bowled with a broken back.
I didn't know what figures.
Bowled with a broken back here. Come on.
Figures, so he remembers everything.
What was the first match or second match?
First match.
Second was also a 4-4, no?
No, your second match you took 2 wickets.
No,
but you went for runs.
I played only 2 matches.
Yeah.
4 each.
No, not 4 each. Check, you check.
Purple cap.
After 2 games.
Yeah.
No, let's see.
He's forgetting.
Let's see.
Yes.
Ask my team.
Is it? Oh, that was only 2 games that you won.
Yes.
I was not there for the second game, by the way. Anders is saying if ABD 149 does not belong, then 264 also does not.
I agree. I totally agree with this thing. Because it's the same logic.
No, it's not the same. There is a difference between 149 where multiple people have been, and there's a difference between 264 when nobody has even come close. Where is 264? How can it be the same thing?
You need more than 100 more runs.
Yeah.
It's like unthinkable, yeah. But opinions are opinions. Anders and Shashwat both can have theirs.
Shubham Garg is saying Shashwat's 50% of the spoken word in this live is Gambhir. Seems like he's a huge fan. Frankly, his innings does not deserve to be in top 10. That's been a bit.
No, it's not about being
I
a fan.
wasn't waiting for it in the top 10.
Yeah, neither was I.
You guys went with it.
No, I personally would have.
For me, if you ask me, that was the man of the match winning inning. That I'll agree with you.
But not ODI
That
all
day,
time.
yeah, that day he
top
deserved the man of the match award.
Yeah.
He didn't get it, and on that day, outstanding knock, no doubt. But I'm saying under the circumstances where I was there at the ground,
I
so
know.
why would I not want to vote for it? But anyway, again, this is what it is about innings, right? Opinions change. Each of us looks at it very
I
differently.
mean, we are all speaking about Kapil Dev, but Kapil Dev's knock was not telecast.
Exactly.
Nobody saw it.
I know.
You can read about it in my book.
Exactly. That's
Miracle
what-
Man.
Yes, it's explained with a great detail and description.
Where can we?
You could go to Amazon and buy Miracle Men, it's called.
Miracle
Go to
Men.
Amazon, written by me on the 83 World Cup. There's a full chapter on Kapil Dev's knock.
175.
Yes.
Did they use that in the script for the film?
No, they don't. Though my book came out much before the film.
Yeah.
But I met somebody just now in the Olympic Games who happens to be in the same industry as I didn't know, but I'm just because he said that about my book. He said that he had read my book. He is I'm not going to take the company's name, but a company that deals in cricket data, very popular company that deals in cricket data. He heads it. So I happened to meet him at a badminton game. Lakshya
The same
Sen.
one that I'm thinking about, the same data handling.
How do I know what you're thinking of? But one of the biggest in the country. So I met him at the thing. So he said, I had that. Oh, so of course I know the company. So I said, wow. So he said that I'd written to you, so you don't remember, after you'd written your book. So I read it, I really loved it. And then I went and saw the movie. But he said that I loved your book far more than I liked the movie.
Nice.
So the movie couldn't have been written from the book. तो आंसर होगा. So
Exactly.
anyway, देखो
Exactly.
GGK is saying Rohit's 264 should be in top 3 and you are removing it from the top 10.
It is unreachable like Sachin 100. That I don't agree. I think it could be broken by someone
Yeah.
with this broad bat, small outfields, flat pitches here. It can be done. It took time, so that's why.
Yeah. Chalo, on that note, can't take all your comments. You've gone for very long.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your company. You guys take care. Good night. Shubh Ratri. Shabba khair. Eat your vegetables and do not trouble your mother.
Exactly. Bye bye.
Like Shash. Don't be like that. Bye-bye.
Today
Good night.
I forgot saying that because my mind has been so much into this before this.
Flustered.